not buying it, but it's cool. Uh, they averaged 107 points last year, allowing 104 points. With a almost lead, it's only 30 teams in the league. They were 23rd. 28th in assists per game. But they were 45 in rebounds per game. Hey Russ, you played a gigantic role in both of those. The rebounds per game, because you was bricking everything in the, you and Melo was bricking everything in the building, and the assists per game, because your ass always holding on to the ball. Now, Roberson is out for 2 more months. It's cool. He ain't really that good no way, so they ain't gonna really miss the man. They gonna miss him, but they not gonna, like in the words of Ha Davis, they ain't gonna miss him. So with Russ and Paul George, even if this fake knee injury, this thing I'm calling a fake knee injury, if that does take place, if that does hold him back, Paul George is used to being a man. Let's not forget, Paul George is the type of dude. At one point, he was the type of dude you was definitely gonna build your team around. He was not under the Jimmy Butler act. I'm telling you. So I am saying that the Oklahoma City Thunder, they are going to reign supreme. And I'm going to do this second division as well, y'all. The reason I'm doing two divisions is because next week, who was that said something? Big P in the building. Nah, man, you got to change your name, man. I'm going straight in the league for Michigan State. Northwestern beat Michigan State. In basketball, or is that football? Northwest. Oh, hell no. Boy, that's football. Boy, you crazy as Richard Speck, man. You better get the hell out of here, man. You my boy, man. You a man 100 grand. But ain't no way in hell that's happening, fam. I'm rolling with the Northwestern Wildcats, man. In my secondary life, I speak to a lot of Northwestern people, a lot. But, no sir, Pete. There's too much talent over there, man. And this is going to be an off year for Fitzgerald. He in the building. He know everybody on the end of the bench got massive support for him. But we can hold your feet to the fire. Because, if not, this the first and ever ringing the alarm for Big P. Big P in the building. He's saying Michigan State Spartans gonna lose to the Northwestern Wildcats. I hope he's right, but I don't think so. Paul George is a Scottie Pippen type. Yes, indeed, he is. Paul George is a dude that you can build your franchise around. So if this fake knee injury, the knee injury that I'm calling fake, they're just trying to get Russ some rest. If Russ does not come back in a timely fashion, you can still build a team around Paul George. He is a facilitator. He is one of the better on-ball defenders in the league. He can score with the best of them. He got that flame-on jumper. Paul George is in the building. I don't think he's a number one. I do believe that is a perfect analogy, Pat. He is Scottie Pippen. Russ is, you know what? And here's something for you to think about, P. If the coach, Billy Donovan, runs the team like the Bulls, maybe they'll be a lot better, allowing Paul George to facilitate and get everybody involved and allowing Russ to take over in the fourth quarter. That will make them even more of a threat to the Western Conference supremacy. So while we're looking at that, that might be when you, by you saying that, P, that may be exactly what the doctor ordered. Now I'm gonna go to what is called the Pacific Division, and this houses the Phoenix Suns, the Sacramento Kings, the Los Angeles Lakers, the world champion Golden State Warriors, and the Los Angeles Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this is a division that is everybody knows gonna win this division. Well, you know what, we don't know, but this division I'm gonna say that the Sacramento Kings, the Phoenix Suns pulling up the rear in this division, but they are a promising young group. Just to show you, to harken back to what I was saying about the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder average, they are only one tick above the Phoenix Suns. If you don't understand the significance of that in regards to assists, if you don't understand the significance of that, the Phoenix Suns finished dead ass last year and everything. They got the first pick in the draft. If that's why I'm saying, Russ, it's your fault. Step your game up, homie. Get it in order. But with that being said, okay, I agree. Shout out to Paulie G, my man, Pete. With that being said, I do believe the Phoenix Suns will be improved, but they're not going to improve enough. They got one of the Euro champions coaches. If they buy in, then we will see a resurgence of the Phoenix Suns. I just have to see the buy-in. I'm not sure if it's there. They got Booker. They got the homie from Arizona. They got a bunch of young, solid players. I don't know if Trenton Knight, it was the best thing, but I do believe that they have the building blocks for a very solid team out there in Phoenix. Like I said, they got Devin Booker, they got T.J. Warren, they got Trevor Ariza coming off the bench, they got Josh Jackson, man, Tyson Chandler. They have a lot of solid building blocks. The thing is, this goes back to what I was saying. The Phoenix Suns in the NBA losing and getting beat, really, I'm telling you, I don't give a damn what sport it is. When you lose, there's a lot to invest in. And when you invest in, you get sweat equity. And sweat equity will put you over the top. They have a lot, they have enough talent that if they put forth the proper sweat equity, they could be a lot better than finishing last in this division. But as of right now, I don't know how good this coach is, how he's going to translate to the NBA. If he translates the way the ownership group foresees him doing, the Phoenix Suns will be a lot better. But as of right now, I got them dead ass last in this division. With that being said, the Sacramento Kings will be next to last. Sacramento Kings, they didn't play a whole lot of defense, averaging 98 points, giving up 105 points. That means that y'all was out there on the Matador side of the game. But even with that being said, I think with another year under his belt, De'Aaron Fox, they got one of my favorite names to say in all of sports, Willie Cauley-Stein. Tell me that don't sound like he a character from Pootie Tang. My name Willie Cauley-Stein. Man, Sadate. Man, that man sound like he didn't realize people gonna do that, man. They tanking this year too. You think the Phoenix Suns tanking this year or the Sacramento Kings tanking this year? With that being said, but you got Yogi Ferrell, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Willie Cauley-Stein, you got Justin Jackson, solid dude out of North Carolina. You got Frank Mason. You got the big homie. I call them folks because if you don't understand who I'm talking about, Zach Randolph did a episode of Cribs, MTV Cribs. The man had all type of GD paraphernalia at his crib, talking about big ups to Larry Hoover. I've been calling the man folks there since. If you're from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, sucks to be you. But they have a lot of pieces that, again, if they can continue in that upward tick, the Sacramento Kings are going to be very good. And they got a guy. This dude is going to be a demon. Marvin Bagley III. His name don't sound like he the hoop, but Marvin Bagley III is my prediction for the Suns. I don't think so. Yes, Joe. The Suns. I don't think they taking this year, Pat. I think they have enough pieces to whereas they don't have to tank this year. They got a new coach. They got a bunch of young talent down there. Again, Pete, if they buy into that Euro style of ball, and the Euro style of ball is nothing but what the Golden State Warriors are doing. That's why I think the NBA is about to make a turn for the better. They have a lot of young coaches who are playing Euro ball, a.k.a. Golden State Warriors ball, a.k.a. the way the hell you're supposed to play basketball. And I think they are going to turn the page. That's why I don't think the Sacramento Kings will finish last. They're going to finish second to last, but that ain't really saying, that's not a whole lot. They're going to finish second to last. What are you really giving them? But I think this team is going to be much improved. They got a whole bunch of talent. They got a good talent mixture of young talent and veteran. As Joe from Houston just said, Marvin Bagley III is that deal. I think he's the truth. Not the truth. The truth. He might be the truth too with the F. He might, you know what? We're going with the truth. Because if he was the truth, I don't know if they're going to buy in. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You don't know if they're going to buy in. That's a good point to make. If they don't buy in, then you're right. I don't know if they're going to tank. They're going to suck. But I don't know if they're going to tank. I think they're trying to make moves, Pete. But back to the Sacramento Kings. Keep talking, man. It's our show. It's the whole thing. We're at the end of the bench, man. That's how we doing. But I think the Sacramento Kings are going to be much improved. They got a good combination of old guys and young guys. They got folks out there. They got Iman Shumpert. Shout out to Old Paul River Force. He ain't from Chicago. Stop telling me he's from Chicago. Stop it. But you got Iman Shumpert. You got folks out there. You got Willie Cauley-Stein. You got Bagley. Then you got De'Aaron Fox. And then they wasn't straight sucking last year. They was just the Sacramento Kings. That's how they got out. But if those dudes could buy in, you got Iman Shumpert, you got De'Aaron Fox. They are going to force you to play. They're going to play some defense. They're going to pick up the pace. Then they got Bagley the third. He played defense. He's scoring. Willie Cauley-Stein. They got a lot of talent out there in Sacramento. That's why I don't have them coming in dead ass last. But they have them coming. They're not going to be doing. They ain't going to be killing the game. Third place is the Clippers. There's only one reason I'm saying that the Clippers going to come in front of those two teams. Because the Clippers did play defense last year. And here's the craziest thing. This is the craziest stat in the world. This is I'm not real big on stats, so y'all know that. But here's something that's interesting. Even though they finished 22nd in the league in assists per game at 22.3, which is kind of strange for a Doc Rivers team, they actually played defense. They actually played a lot of defense to the tune of 104 points a game. 109 points a game. The only problem with that, that's exactly what they scored. 109 points a game. So they had a whole lot of ties last year. Psych. But they were a very hot and cold team. And the reason I'm picking them to finish third in this division is because a whole year with Tobias Harris, who they've already made the proclamation, we ain't giving him up for nothing. They picked up a bunch of young dudes in the draft. They picked up a couple of young dudes in the draft this year, which is going to make them much improved. They got Danilo Gallinari from Euro fame. They got Lou Williams. Lou Williams and the homie from Chicago. Chicago always in the building with Patrick Beverly. They got Avery Bradley. They got Tobias Harris and Martin Gortat. The Clippers are going to be much improved because if they can stay healthy, that's the only issue that they had last year. You got those guys, Lou Williams, as I stated, Patrick Beverly, as I stated. I don't know why they picked up Wes Johnson, but they do have a young Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris got game, y'all. That boy got game. Marcin Gortat. They have the makings of a team that can pose serious threats throughout the NBA. So the Clippers, that's why I got them pulling up in this third spot in this division. This is a pretty solid division. And then, of course, you know who else in this division? They got the King. Now, a lot of people say, oh, man, I ain't calling him the King. I ain't no king in America. That means you're stupid. Because if you're not going to go along with the nicknames and have a little fun, stop listening to the end of the bench, for one, even though I need as many listens as humanly possible. But stop listening to my show because you're stupid. And two, you're stupid. That means the next team I'm talking about is the Lakers. Now, LeBron James has gone out on a limb, something I've never seen him do. He stepped up and said he expects a lot from Brandon Ingram, which I think is a lot to be expected from him. Now, before LeBron James stepped on the court, the Lakers finished 7th in the NBA in assists. The reason I'm telling you about this is because that, in my personal opinion, that shows that they know how to play basketball. The Lakers had the third, maybe fourth record in all of the NBA in the second half of the season. That means, again, that they are actually playing real live basketball. Ingram is looking like Ingram. They got a bunch of young gunners out there. They averaged 108 points last year while giving up 109, which means, again, they were playing some decent defense. They don't have a big-time rim protector, but what they do have is the addition of the world's best player. Alonzo Ball is day-to-day. He's going to be learning. Michael Beasley is Michael Beasley. You know, but what you need to be worried about is Octavius Caldwell-Pope out of Georgia. He's only 25 years old, but he got game. Josh Hart, another young boy out of Villanova. The reason I'm naming those guys and not these big name guys is because these guys know how to play within the system. You got Rajon Rondo. People always look at Lance Stevens like he just laid down a crack pipe, but Lance Stevens can play basketball, man. See, this is Lance Stevenson and DeMar DeRozan are the exact same player, not in